Hi guys, it's Heather, the Butterfly Effect plant-based weight loss. And today is a Wednesday, and I'm not weighing in, but I did want to check in with you. So I'm not weighing in for these 100 days, and I am on it. Well, I've been at this about 29 days, so I have 71 more days to go. And honestly, it's going fabulous. It's really going well. And I wanted to talk about the things that I think are making it be fabulous, because I really like to share that with you. And one of the things that I have to say that is working really well for me is an accountability journal that I started. Um, I started it because I was having a big party at my house for my daughter. My daughter graduated from grad school, super proud of her. So I had 25 people over on Saturday for delicious vegan food. And so we had it in my backyard, and honestly, I was like, my backyard needs some help, right? Like it needed to have some I had to do like my garden and I do a bunch of planting, and I wanted to do some pretty flowers and just make it really beautiful back there. I have a really pretty backyard. I should show you sometime. I was actually going to film this back there, but it's kind of cold. And there's people out. I don't know. I just got shy. But I will take you on a little tour of my garden. So I started it kind of like to track my progress, but also as a to-do list. Um, I've been using it for a lot of things, and I thought that I would share with you what all I'm doing and how I feel like it's really making a huge difference. So every day I write down what day it is. Like I told you, today's day 71, meaning I have 71 days to go. And then I put down, I just keep track of what I said I would do yesterday and whether I did it. So I'll put like what I am eating today: salad, broccoli and cauliflower, fruit. Like today was berries, half a sweet potato, some oven roasted ratatouille, which is like some um, it's like eggplant and tomatoes and um, all kinds of onions and garlic and stuff like that you make in the oven. So I write down exactly what I'm going to eat. I don't keep track of quantities or anything like that, but I write down what I will eat. And then the next day, I write down. Well, in that journal entry, I would write down what I said I would eat yesterday, and then what I actually ate yesterday. And then I go on to steps, like number of steps I said I would get yesterday, number of steps I ended up getting, number of steps I'll get today. And I do that also. I've been doing that like an accountability journal for stuff I needed to do for the party. So, pulling weeds and spreading mulch and planting my planters and all that kind of stuff. I would say what I was going to get done, and then I would say how well I did that the next day. And so that has been huge for me. um, you know we know that when you use your future planning ability, that is really your superhuman ability, right? No other animals that we know of can plan out what they'll do in the future. Um, the ability to like look forward and do planning is a human thing. And excuse me, what's cool about that is, it's your like lizard brain. Some people call it the lizard brain. Somebody calls it like your beast brain or your brain stem, or any of those ways to describe like our not our cognitive function, but your more automatic unconscious mind. Is That's where the impulse, acting on impulse and acting according to like the motivational triad comes from. So the motivational triad is that we all will seek pleasure. we will avoid pain, and we will conserve energy. And so that was a great thing when we were cave people, but it's not great now, right? Because we have an abundance of food, and seeking pleasure doesn't always serve us. Sometimes we have to use self-discipline, and that serves us a lot more, right? And so only your prefrontal cortex, only the front of your brain, is actually able to do that. And one of the things that keeps you in the front of your brain, because you switch back and forth and use all the parts of your brain, one of the things that keeps you there is planning something ahead of time. So by planning what I will eat that day and then only eating that, I am, really building some integrity with myself and building some trust with myself, which is not always something that food addicts have. And it's just making me feel a lot more in control. At least it has been these last 29 days. Same thing with the steps. I haven't, at first I wasn't getting all the steps every day, and it really bugged me, right? Like I said I would get 12,500 steps today, and I only got 10,800, and that would really bother me. And it really motivated me to get what I said I would get, Um, and part of me was like, just lower it down to 10,000 steps so that you'll be sure you get it. Well, that didn't work either, because I was like, I should make more effort, not like lower the goalpost or whatever. So it sparked some good discussions in my brain. It also, it also encouraged me to have self-compassion when I didn't always make what I did. Like, for instance, I had all these things to do to get ready for the party, some stuff inside the house, and then something would happen and I'd have to work late and I wasn't able to get everything that I would write down done. So, I had the opportunity to give myself compassion also, like, hey, you had the willingness to do it, you just didn't have the opportunity, and you have tomorrow. So I think that's good too, because especially for all or nothing thinkers, which is another problem that I've experienced in the past, it's really good to have to be flexible and compassionate to yourself. I think those are really good things to cultivate. So another thing I'm doing is just kind of examining my feelings, examining my thoughts. I just write for 10 minutes without stopping, just about whatever. This is what I have to get done. This is what I am thinking about. This is what, concerns me. This is all the stuff, right? Like, I should have done that. I have like this whole discussion with myself on the paper. And it's really good to get your thoughts out and just like get them out of your head where you can look at them and you can find out what's going on in there. Is there anything that is maybe a thought that isn't serving you anymore? And so the journal is good for that too, right? So what started as a to-do list and just a fun way to count down to Vegas has ended up being a really valuable tool that I am very sure that I will continue to use. In the past, I have used like trackers where you just put a check mark if you do your daily thing, whatever you want to do. And I still like those. I still like the idea, but I'm just finding this more helpful. And I'm also wondering if it's not because I'm keeping it more narrow. So it's just about the food. It's just about what I say I'll get done. And I started doing that with my work assignments too. Like, I would write down what I said I would get done and then what I actually got done, because I have the kind of job where I do a lot of things independently. I have curriculum that I have to develop and it's not due for a while, right? But that's the thing. I'm not trying to be one of these last minute people. The problem with being a last minute type of person is sometimes it doesn't get all done because it's big projects, right? So I heard somewhere that this, and I think it's really great, is just like get 80% of it done right away, and then you can work on the rest of it. And I really like that also because I have a tendency to get paralyzed by perfectionism, where I just don't think it's good enough and it's never good enough. And I second guess myself. So having that accountability journal of just saying, hey, you said you would get these things done. You really don't want to go home until you get these things done. And then since I don't want to stay late or something, I'm not going to fool around during the day. I'm not going to like chat with my coworker or, you know, do something else that might waste time, because I want to be productive. I want to get my stuff done. And I know I'm going to hold myself accountable to that the next day. And so it's been really helpful to have that accountability with myself. And it's a lot like how I have had accountability with you guys when I say I'm going to do stuff. So just wanted to mention that for anybody. You know, I resisted journaling. Like, I always had heard that keeping a food journal makes you like 11% more likely to be successful than somebody who doesn't. 11%. But still, like, sometimes every little bit helps, right? But I don't know why. I just was very resistant to it. I didn't want it. I was afraid I wouldn't be consistent. But again, consistency is something I want to build in myself, right? Like, I don't want to let myself off the hook and not do it just because it's challenging. I want to be challenged. And so I had that big party. I served Mexican food, and there was plenty of compliant stuff. I had compliant everything. I did serve some stuff that was vegan but not compliant. Like it had flour products, or pretty much flour products. And I served some like fake meat for the people who were coming to my house, because we have a lot of friends who aren't vegan. And so I did go ahead and serve that for them to have an option in their burrito if they wanted it. Knowing that it would not tempt me. That isn't my thing. I don't like it. So I knew it wouldn't tempt me, and it didn't. And also because I feel like I'm in a really strong place, and because I really thought about exactly, this is what I will put on my burrito. This is what I will put on I did like a burrito bowl, so I didn't do a tortilla. So anyway, I know some people would disagree with serving other people, something with oil in it or whatever, but it was, I wanted them to enjoy vegan food. I wanted them to be pleasantly surprised, and I thought that was a good way to maybe go about it. So, but myself, I did not put a toe over the line. Did not. Which makes me feel great, right? So I really think that the accountability helped me a lot, because I had written down, like, first of all, it makes you think. So you have to plan. So then you have to have all the things there, which is great, because we all need to prepare. And I needed to have my environment so that it would support me. So that was awesome. And then I knew exactly what I was going to eat. So when the time came, I made myself like a taco salad, basically. So I put a lot of greens, and then I put a little bit of brown rice, some beans, and then lots of veggies. So I had tomatoes, and I had grilled some mushrooms. I had grilled some peppers and onions. I had jalapenos, but I don't like them. But I had made them for other people. I had tomatoes. I had salsa. So that's what I had, and I had accounted for it. That's what I said I was going to have. And I wasn't tempted to have anything like any flour products or anything, because of course we didn't go that far crazy. But I did have those for other people, and that was fine. Again, I wasn't even tempted to go a toe offline. So I'm just wondering, like, do you resist journaling your food, or do you have an accountability journal? I I almost like it even better than having an accountability partner, although I have had an awesome one and she has been amazing for me. And she was super helpful for me. And I definitely wasn't in a place where I could have done just like a journal back then. But why I like this is I'm not bothering anyone. I'm not like being needy. And also I can do it like if when I can accommodate the time. It's very flexible. I don't have to worry about waking somebody up or calling it an inappropriate time or any of that. And it's really simple. Um, and I just really like it. I just like it, and I'm going to keep doing it. And I'm not weighing in, so I don't know how I'm doing, but I sure feel like I'm doing well. I feel like, I feel like my clothes are getting looser. I feel like, honestly, I'm just really happy that I'm following my plan, and that's enough for me. Like I have integrity with myself because I'm doing what I said I would do. I'm feeling really good about that, and I just know I know in my heart and from my experience that what I'm doing will take off weight, and so I don't need to like obsess about that. I'm sure I'm taking off weight. I feel like I am taking off weight. We'll see. But it's more important to me to follow the process even than to know for certain that the weight is coming off, because this is about a lot more than weight. It's about health, it's about integrity, it's about overcoming tendencies to like sneak around or not be trustworthy with myself, or not trusting myself, not being compassionate with myself when I mess up, all of those things. So yeah, I'm not actually missing weighing in. I will say that at first I really was. And I wanted to really bad, but I haven't, so I'm not going to. I'm still going to wait until day 100. So that'll be August 29th. And I hope I will have something great to show as far as on the scale, but I already feel great about what I've already accomplished. Even if I didn't take off a pound, I would be like, yeah, this was totally worth it. This is working for me. All right, love you guys. I will talk to you soon. Take care.